morning and welcome to Living Local 15. I'm your host, Jessica Williams. Thank you so much for joining me today. It's Monday, so you already know it's time we kick it off with some motivation. Here's the quote. Joy is contagious. When you choose joy, others around you will feel it and want it too. A joyful life is a victorious life. Joy is one of the most powerful forces you can carry. It starts with a choice. It's not about ignoring the hard things or pretending that everything is perfect. It's about choosing to focus on what's good, on what's possible, and on what gives you life. When you choose joy, it radiates, it lifts the atmosphere, inspires others, and gives people permission to tap into their own light. Your energy becomes a reflection of hope, strength, and resilience, and that's contagious. A joyful life isn't without struggle. It's a life that rises above it all. It's a declaration that your spirit is stronger than your circumstances. So today, choose joy, not just for you, but for everyone who's watching and waiting to believe that it's possible for them too. Because joy isn't just a feeling, it's a victory. Now on to the show. It's back to school time, so today I am taking you inside of Longe Optical to learn about their special offers and get some education for parents regarding kids' eye care and screening. Then I am so thrilled to have the seniors foster grandparent program join me in studio to share about their dynamic program that mutually serves both the young and our seniors. Are you ready? Let's get started.
Fashion, food, and fun. You're watching Living Local 15 with your host, Jessica Williams.
This segment sponsored by Longe Optical. Longe Optical really cares about helping people see clearly and providing education, even for the little ones. So with back to school coming up, now is the time to come in and take advantage of all of their deals that we're going to learn about today and also get some education. Are you ready? Woo, let's get started. And joining me now is Josh Quintano, who is the general manager. Hello, Josh.
Hi, how are you? Good to see you again.
You too. Okay, so this time of year is so big because parents are getting their kids ready for back to school. And of course, shopping is a big deal.
Yes, it is.
Including shopping for eyeglasses, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yep, you got to get the clothes, you got to get all those back to school supplies, and then you need to start maybe thinking about if your son or daughter can see at school.
Right, so it is so important for parents to really pay attention to their kids' eye vision and what may be signs that they need help. So where do you all start with helping out parents?
So we want to make sure that every parent understands that a basic eye exam is kind of part of the portfolio of healthcare needs, right? So when you're thinking about back to school, you want to think about, okay, have I had my child's annual eye exam? Have they gone in to do an eye exam? We've seen kids as little as infant age, so I want to make sure that everybody in the community understands and knows that we're willing to see children of all ages. It's all based on the needs, of course, of the child, and we want to be able to help. So eye exams as little as in an infant car carrier, all the way up to 17, 18 years old. We know that education and a child's grades are directly linked to how well they can see the board. Sometimes problems arise in the classroom and they can't figure out why. Why are the grades dropping? Why are they not doing well? Sometimes it's simply because they can't see.
And it may change their confidence too.
Oh, 100%.
So I found it so interesting that you said that it starts young, because how can a parent even identify that a young child that may not even be able to communicate yet has those issues? Do you recommend that parents get a screening across the board?
We recommend that parents, unless it's advised, of course, by a different doctor, maybe the regular doctor or an ophthalmologist, we recommend that you start thinking about bringing your child in for an eye exam as little as age 5, as young as age 5. Because it is important, again, to just check those boxes off, make sure that all the healthcare needs are met. And if there is a problem, we can get on it a lot sooner than later, and you kind of bypass all those problems in the classroom and things like that. And it's just a good way to think about your child's annual healthcare needs.
And if a parent does recognize that vision loss how does Longe Optical really help with the services and kind of go through each step when seeing the physician?
Yeah, so obviously, having a great exam is first and foremost. So we want to make sure that we give you an adequate amount of time so your child has a full comprehensive exam. We don't want to rush the process. We want to make sure that we take our time, that our opticians take their time when we're looking at a pair of glasses, if it comes down to them needing a pair of corrective lenses. So on top of that, you get a great pair of glasses and make sure they fit well. But we understand as well that like kids are kids.
Yeah.
Okay, I have a 10-year-old, I have a 4-year-old, and I completely understand that things break. And so we want you to understand every guest that comes into a Longe Optical, we want them to understand that like it's not just get a pair of glasses today, we'll see you next year at the next eye exam. No, we want you to understand that we want to back our product too. So every single pair of glasses that's bought here at Longe Optical comes with the Longe Guarantee.
Okay.
So Longe Guarantee means simply that.
Yeah.
We believe in the product that we've made you, and we're going to back it 100%. So if you bring in a pair of glasses, I got a little example here, one that came in just the other day, just completely destroyed, right?
Oh no.
Came in like this, we get you one right off the shelf.
Yeah.
Or if we have one in back stock, we replace it on the spot, no charge to you.
Wow.
And that's for a whole year. Okay, so we know that you're making an investment in your child's eye care needs. We as a provider want to make sure we back that up as well.
Which is so important because we know that kids, unfortunately, can be a little reckless and things can break. So that guarantee is kind of nice.
We see some pretty interesting pairs of glasses that come in. The dog gets a hold of them. It's a lot.
Yeah, and so when it comes to that process of choosing glasses, now I know that that's a fun process. I have worn glasses, so you're picking and choosing and you're trying on things, and I know that you have an array of options as I look around here in store for kids.
Yes. So we have, I don't even know how many brands anymore, but we make sure that each one of the manufacturers or lines that we carry, first and foremost, they got to believe the way that we do.
Right.
So they got to believe in their product, they got to back their product, they got to have great style, they got to have a unique flair to them. And we have some kid sections here, and then we also have, tweener size is what I like to call them, because they're not quite, adult, but they're not a little kid anymore. So, that right in between stage. So we're thinking about that. When you come in and you get your pair of glasses and you have fun picking them out, we need something that fits well as well. Because the worst thing that could happen is that you're forced into a pair of glasses that really doesn't fit right and you don't love.
Right.
Because as a child, we've all been there. You want to be happy, you want to feel confident, like it should be a boost to your confidence when you put on that pair of glasses. And so that's our job, is to make sure that you walk out here, one, being able to see the best that you ever have, but also feel great about yourself.
Yeah.
And that's part of the optician's role here at Longe Optical, is to do that. We have a great selection, hundreds of frames that you can choose from, boy or girl, to meet that need and look good in the process.
And you have specials that go on throughout the year, but this is a major time right now for back to school. And how many locations?
So we have 6 locations. We run a promo year round, but we're really pushing it this year. We have a Longe Kids promo that we're really trying to educate the public about. It is an awesome package where you buy the frame, and your lenses are free. And it's not just a regular cheap pair of lenses, all right? We're going with a full-on Zeiss Blue Protect, thin polycarbonate lens, so that it provides, one, the safety, the impact resistance to the kids, but it's also protecting their eyes. We know kids are on iPads and tablets all day long now. And so we want them to have the blue light filters on the lens with the anti-reflective coating. It's an amazing package. It's like a $350 lens that comes with the purchase, as long as they're kids age, so 17 and younger. But you purchase the frame, the lenses are free. That's outside of insurance, but we have a lot of folks that, because again, kids are rough with glasses, they'll use their regular insurance for the first pair, and then they'll take advantage of that promo and get a second pair for an amazing price.
Right. That's so awesome. I mean, they have to take advantage of that now, and especially because I'm thinking about people have hesitation sometimes of deciding on when's the right time or if my kid needs it. So what advice would you give to parents that may be listening saying, I can wait? How important is it not to?
Amazing question. So I try to educate parents and the general public on a few tips to think about. So when you're observing your child in their natural surroundings, right? Do they do things like move things closer or further away? Are they squinting across the room? Do they struggle seeing something that maybe you can see well across the room? That's how I found out with my son. I could see something across the room. He couldn't read what I was pointing out. That was an indicator to me that I needed to get him in as soon as possible for an exam. Eye strain, if they're complaining that they have that their eyes hurt, or maybe they have headaches more frequently than you think they should, those are all indicators that there could be vision loss or a correction that may be necessary at that point for them. So any of those things could be indicators. And obviously working with their teacher and our local schools, on feedback. How are they doing in the classroom? Is there anything you notice that you think I should know as a parent that could be impacting their vision?
Yeah, that's so good. Thank you, Josh. Appreciate learning about it and good seeing you.
Yeah, it's good seeing you again today. Thank you.
And if you would like more information about Longe Optical, we'll have their website listed below, and I'll see you after the break. This segment sponsored by Longe Optical.
Have an idea for the show? Want to find out how you can be a guest? Contact us at livinglocal15@wayne.com.
Enjoy fun in the sun on Living Local 15. Become a tourist in your own city. Visit your favorite spots and have some fun with me. From kayaking to rappelling off a building, I show you ways to have an adventure in Northeast Indiana every weekday morning at 9 on Wayne 15. So join me, Jessica Williams, for Living Local 15.
Watch Living Local 15 with Jessica Williams weekdays at 9 on Wayne 15 and catch past episodes on wayne.com.
The mission of AmeriCorps Seniors Foster Grandparents Program is to engage Americans 55 years and older in volunteer service and to provide one-on-one support to children with special needs and to improve their academic, social, and emotional development. And joining me today is their program director, Danielle Lyons, to tell us all about it. Hello.
Hi.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Good. Okay, so I find that this program is so interesting, it's so cute, it's charming, and it's so important. So tell us just a little bit of overview and perhaps some background about your Senior Foster Grandparents Program.
Okay, so we've been here for 60 years. We just celebrated our 60th anniversary. We were one of the first foster grandparent programs in the United States in 1965. Wow. So we've been here for quite a while. And we are a program for seniors who are 55 and older, who can come in and volunteer to work with children in classrooms, in school settings, child care centers, after school programs. And we also have a lot of foster grandparents at the Head Start programs. And they are there not only to mentor the children, but to also help them with their academics. One of the big things that we really took on last year and the year before, we had quite a few of our youngsters who were not doing too well on their iRead scores, and so the foster grandparents jumped in to help Fort Wayne Community Schools get those kids back on track so they could pass those tests, and we're doing really good with it.
Yeah, and what I love is that there's kind of like a dual aspect to it. It benefits both the grandparent and the child. So kind of share some of the benefits that you have seen on both ends of the spectrum.
It has been wonderful. After the pandemic, we had quite a few grandparents who wanted to hurry and get back into the classrooms because for that period of time they weren't able to volunteer. So we noticed that when grandparents are at home, the loneliness, the depression, they're not getting out moving enough, and so they're not getting the exercise that they need. And so for them, it's a win for them to be able to go or leave home in the mornings, go work with the kids. They have a purpose. They get things done with the children. And then for our children that they work with, not only does it help raise their academic scores, but we have found that a lot of our children, especially the ones who might be in foster care, who might be living with another generation in the home, and they're not getting as much attention as mom and dad would like to give them just because they're working so much. So the grandparents develop those friendships with them, and they end up doing different things in the classrooms, working with them, reading stories with them, and they develop a bond. And so it's a win-win for both.
Right, exactly. Because you just think, for grandparents, when you hit a certain age, it's like, am I needed anymore? Your family may have moved on or have developed in ways, and so you're trying to find your place and, like you said, loneliness. And then also I think about the children who don't have grandparents that are alive.
Yes.
You know, who don't have that extra support from just adults in their life.
Yes.
And I just feel like it's so beautiful. And so when I had the opportunity to attend your gala this year in celebration, my heart was so full because seeing the joy on the faces of the grandparents as they got to just, you know, acknowledge just how far they've come this year and the goals, and kind of just think about the children. It was so inspiring. It was so inspiring. And so can you share maybe just like a testimony from an experience perhaps of one of the grandparents that kind of have been on this journey and how it has really helped develop their soul?
Oh, well, first, let me say, we have a grandparent that has been with us for, I want to say 17 years. And she has been phenomenal. And I met her when I worked at Easter Seals Ark. And so I was able to have the experience of having her in the classrooms working with the children. And she is still currently volunteering there to this day. And she has developed those bonds with all the people that she interacts with, but she has one that's very special to her. And for her to be able to go into that site, they know her, everyone knows her. She loves her job. She's always making it to her job. She catches the CityLink bus. I mean, she's always there. And she is one of our oldest grandparents, as well as one of our oldest grandparents on the program. And she is still very vibrant, very active. She doesn't miss in-services. She participates in all of it.
And so you mentioned the job aspect, because that is actually important. This is an actual job. You know, it's so can you kind of share how that process works?
Yes. So, okay, we do all the background checks, we do the application and all of that good stuff. If you are 55 and older, you love to work with children, we want you. What we do is, based on your income, you are qualified for a stipend. And so not only are they volunteering, but they are also receiving a stipend. And that stipend is non-taxable dollars. So you do not have to worry about having to file taxes on that money, and you also don't have to worry about including that as income if you need to provide income statements for a program that you may be on or what have you. But it is a small income. It's not a lot, but it's enough that the grandparents can really use it. And for our seniors who are no longer working and want to still be active in the community and still want to give to the community, and then they get paid as well, that's good too.
It's a beautiful thing. And so let's talk a little bit about how their volunteer services looks like in a more tangible way. So is it like after school programs? Are they going into schools? Are they going into libraries? How are they serving throughout the community in connection to the kids?
So we have quite a few different things. We have some foster grandparents that love infants and toddlers. Like they want to sit and rock babies all day and play on the floor with the toddlers. So those are the grandparents that volunteer in the child care centers. And they usually go in the morning and stay for about 3 or 4 hours a day. Then we have some grandparents who volunteer at Head Start and in the classrooms at Fort Wayne Community, East Allen County Elementary Schools. And they go in and they work in the classroom hand in hand with the teacher to make sure that all the kids are getting the attention that they need. Then we have another program where, like I said, with Study Connection with Fort Wayne Community Schools. So our grandparents may be assigned 5, 6 children during that day, and they will work one-on-one with them on their reading skills to help them get those test scores up. And then we do have some grandparents that volunteer in the summertime, like at Boys and Girls Club. And so that's always the fun time, because it's field trips and it's arts and crafts and it's games, you know, so that's always the fun part that they look forward to. And then we have some that volunteer at after-school programs at the end of the day as well.
Okay, great. And so as the program director, what is your vision as you move forward and just continue to evolve the organization and just to provide, like I said, these dual benefits to the community?
I really want to see us grow into more school settings, and I also want to see us grow more into the after-school programs. Right now, I mean, we have, I think, 22 sites that we visit, so we're up there. But one of my biggest things that I do as a program director, I am concerned is our federal funding, because we are operated on a federal grant. And so I hope that the leaders that, make the decision on that funding, I hope they see how much of a difference we've made, because we have affected thousands of children throughout the years. And it is a win-win for both. And the kids really need more support in the classrooms right now. And the grandparents, they love to do it. That's what they want to do. So I'm hoping that with all of the funding, and then as well as growing in other sites, that's the goal. And I would like to expand maybe into Southwest Allen County schools, just to get more of our grandparents out further.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Danielle, thank you so much for
Thank
chatting
you.
with me. It's been a pleasure.
You too. Thank you.
And if you would like more information about the AmeriCorps Seniors Foster Grandparents Program, we'll have their website listed below. You can learn more about eligibility and sign up to volunteer. And I'll see you after the break.
Follow us on social media at Living Local 15.
Thank you so much for tuning in today. I hope you enjoyed the show. And remember, you can always catch up on episodes and segments of Living Local 15 by going to WANE.com, downloading the WANE app, and also checking us out on YouTube. And I'll leave you with this. Joy is contagious. When you choose joy, others around you will feel it and want it too. A joyful life is a victorious life. I hope you make it a great one, and I look forward to seeing you here tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Living Local 15, proudly driven by the Kelly Automotive Group. Content segments during today's Living Local 15 were paid for by these sponsors.